Okay, today we'll see KMP algorithm. KMP algorithm. So given string is A, B, C, D, A, B, C, A, B, C, D. And from this, we need to find out this pattern A, B, C, D. So for that, the index for this given string is 1. The starting index of this given string is 1, and ending string will be 30. And here, for pattern, we'll be having j is equal to 0, and the values for this will be 1, 2, 3 till 5 are having, and we need to calculate this pi table. This is the pi table, and here at the starting this will be 0, and this is occurring once again. So here we'll be having 1, and here we'll be having 0, here 0, 0. So now what we need to do is we need to take I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 0. So at I is equal to 1, what is the value you're having j? So we should not consider j is equal to 0, we should consider j plus 1. So if we consider j plus 1, you'll be having 0 plus 1, which is 1. So at index 1, what is the value you're having j? At index I is equal to 1, you're having j. So both are same. Both are same. If both are same, what you have to do? Increment I and j. If you increment I and j, you will be having I is equal to now 2, j is equal to 1. So at I is equal to 2, what is the value you are having here? B. So we should not consider 1 here, we should consider j plus 1. J plus 1 is now j value is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. So at j is equal to 2, what value you are having? J. At I is equal to 2, you are having B. So both are mismatch. These two values are not same. So if these two values are not same, don't increment I value. Don't increment I value. But J value you have to initialize with some other value. What is that value? So where this J is pointing now, J is pointing to 1. So we are considering J plus 1 value. J plus 1 value is nothing but A here. So what we have to do here is j is equal to 1. J is equal to 1. At j is equal to 1 column, this column you can take. J is equal to 1 column. What is the second row value here? 0 here. So j is equal to 0 F inches. So now I is 2. Same. I value you should not increment. Now j is 0. So at index 2 for this given string, what is the value you're having? At I is equal to, what is the value you're having? B. At j plus 1, what is the value you're having? 0 plus 1. At index 1, at j is equal to 1, you're having it. Again mismatch. So at j is equal to 0, we are considering j is equal to 0, and j plus 1 value we are considering, we are getting a here. So we don't have lesser values than this j is equal to 0. So now what you have to do here is you have to increment I value. I value was 2. Now I is equal to 3 will be. So now I points to this. J will remain same. J is equal to 0. Now again start with this. I is equal to 3 and j is equal to Just 2 minutes, you can wait here. The system not time. Okay, fine. Now J will be 0. J is equal to 0. So now you can take the values. At I is equal to 3, what is the value you're having? At I is equal to 3, you're having C. Now what you have to do here, J plus 1, J plus 1, 0 plus 1. At index 1, you're having it. So again mismatch. So if again you're having mismatch, what you'll be doing? So basically J was pointing to this. J was pointing to this. J is equal to 0. 0 plus 1 is 1, which gives A. So this A and C, these two are not same. If these two are not same, what we'll be doing? So you don't have lesser values of J. Means less than 0, you don't have any other values. So what we need to do is again increment I value. Now I becomes 4. So I comes here. J will be same 0. Just a minute, I'll erase this. Okay. Now I is equal to 4 and J is equal to 0. I is equal to 4 and J is equal to 0. Now what happens here? You can see here I is equal to 4. I is equal to 4. At I is equal to 4, you will be having D. At J plus 1, 0 plus 1. This is J plus 1, which gives A. So both values are again not same, mismatch. So if mismatch is there, what we need to do? So we don't have any lesser values than 0. So less than 0, we don't have any values. So what we will be doing again, increment I. I will be 5 and J will be 0. J will not decrement. So at I is equal to 5 and J is equal to 0. So at I is equal to 5, what value you are having here? A. J is 0 plus 1, which is A. So match. Match is 1. So here, if match is found, what we'll be doing? We'll be incrementing I value as well as J value. Okay. Now at I is equal to 6 and J is equal to, at I is equal to 6, what is the value you're having? A. 0 plus 1. Sorry, it's not 0. Now J is 1. 1 plus 1, which gives 2. At index 2, what is the value you're having? A. So both are same. So match. At that time, again increment I and J. I value is now I is equal to 7 and j is equal to 2. So at I is equal to 7, at j is equal to 2, I is equal to 7. What is the value you are having at I is equal to 7? B is there. J is equal to 2. So j value you have to consider, that is 2 plus 1. J plus 1 we have to consider always. J plus 1 is 3. At index 3 we will be having B. So again these two values are same. At I is equal to 7 you are having B. At j plus 1 you are having B. So match. Again if both are same, increment I value and j value. Now at I is equal to 8 and j is equal to 3. At I is equal to 8, what is the value you are having? At index 8, what is the value you are having? C. At j plus 1, j is now 3. 3 plus 1. So you'll be having 4. At index 4 of this pattern, you are having C. So again, these two values are same. Match. Match is found. Increment I. Now I becomes 9 and j becomes 4. At I is equal to 9 and j is equal to 4. At I is equal to 9, what is the value you are having? A. J plus 1. 4 plus 1, which gives 5. At index 5, you are having D. Now you can see mismatch. Mismatch. If mismatch is there, don't increment I value. You can see where j is pointing. J is pointing to j value is 4 now. So you can see here where this j is equal to 4, that particular column you can see, and last row you can see what is the value you are having. This value, this is 0. This 0 you have to initialize with j. J is equal to 0. Now I is equal to 9 and j is equal to 0. At I is equal to 9, at I is equal to 9, you are having a. At j plus 1, which gives 0 plus 1, which gives 2. Sorry, which gives 1. At index 1, what is the value you are having? A. Again, both are same. Both are same. Match. Match means we'll be having the value. What is the value we'll be having here? Both are same. Increment I. Increment I means we'll be getting I is equal to 10 and j is equal to, previous value of j was 0. Now it is 1. Now I is equal to 10. What is the value you are having at I is equal to 10? A. At j plus 1. What is the value of j? J is equal to 1. 1. So j plus 1. So j plus 1 is 1 plus 1, which is 2. At index 2, you are having a. Both are same. Match is found. If match is found, we are going to increment I value. I value is now, previous value was 10, now it is 11. So j value is now, what is j value? Previous one was 1. So now it is 2. So now take I is equal to 11. At I is equal to 11, what is the value? B you are having here. And the J value is 2 now. So 2 plus 1, which is 3. At index 3, what is the value? B here. So B here. So both are same. If both are same, when a match is found, increment I value, I will become 12 and J becomes 3. Now I is equal to 12. At I is equal to 12, what is the value you are having? C. J value is now 3. So J plus 1 value is 0, sorry, 3 plus 1, which is 4. At index 4, what is the value you are having? C. So here both are same. Both are same means what we'll be doing, you have to increment I value. I becomes now 30 and J becomes 4. Now at I is equal to 13, what is the value you are having? D. At J is equal to 4, J is equal to 4 means you have to take J plus 1. J plus 1 is 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. At index 5, what is the value you are having? 0. Sorry, you are having D. D. So both are same. Same. So both are same. It's not a mismatch, it's a match. So we'll be having here, if you increment, we'll be getting 14 and we'll be having J is equal to 6 will be. So here 14 means it's the end of the string and 6 means even this is pattern is also over. So stop the process and you have to see where is the starting index for this pattern where it is matching. So basically it will return 9 here. So from here you are having, this is how this KMP algorithm works. Thank you for watching.